All right, hello, beloveds, and it is time for a Haven stream. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm very excited, and it's gonna go great. We're gonna go great. Everything is going to be fine, which is the catchphrase, of course, for all Haven streams. I guess let's begin. So, I have been spending a near ridiculous amount of time in the past couple of days, weeks even, I don't know. Time's weird. Time's a weird thing. I've heard it being described as wibbly, like wiggly wobbly. I've heard it being described as a bowl of soup. It's all those things. But I've been up here staring into not an abyss this time. I've graduated from the abyss. I'm staring into the explosive bomb of doom that has been conveniently gifted, beautifully placed, in the middle of my lighthouse. Explosives pop. And so naturally, the questions I have been thinking, the questions I've been asking myself, besides the obvious, what is this? What does it do? Where does it come from? Can I poke it? There are glowing runes. What does that mean? And the questions have felt incredibly familiar, as does the response to not touch it, even though I really, really, really want to. I mean, there's a primed bomb in my lighthouse. How I'm just gonna let it. Oh, Jesus! Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Don't touch the bomb.
Oh, I won't. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, good.
Seems a bit precarious.
Yeah, well, I didn't put it there. So, Mr. Evil Hacker Man, we meet at last.
We meet at last. It is a very, I wasn't planning to come at this time of day, but it just kind of worked out. So how have you been?
Wait, hang on. What's your name?
Oh, this. Right. I forgot. Would you like my alias or my real name?
You know what? We can go with both.
Well, the alias I normally go by is Deepest Sleep.
Which one do you want in parentheses?
I suppose, the alias is not my real name, so it should be in parentheses. That makes sense.
All right. And your real name is?
Scolium Afton.
That's certainly got an air of gravitas to it. How do you spell that? Like Skulium?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, I'm so smart.
You're very intelligent. Thank you.
Don't patronize me. All right, what are your pronouns?
Him, I suppose.
And what is your species?
I am obviously a skeleton.
Listen, this is a question I'm going to ask everyone. Nothing is obvious. Besides, I can't see all of you. How do I know that, like, under your gloves, you're not secretly, like, part werewolf?
That would be exciting. That would be very exciting.
Yeah, the reason you're all covered up in this awful purple is to...
It's actually the new moon, so, like, if I was a werewolf, do you think that would, like, turn me into the most human I could possibly be?
I never really thought about werewolves working backwards like that.
Yeah, is it, like, do you become more werewolf throughout the month, or is it just all or nothing?
I've heard all or nothing, but I feel like it's much more fun for it to progress in stages, right? Like, slowly lose your humanity.
Yeah, like, I definitely think, like...
Watch as the world slips away from you.
You need to be able to cover it up for most of the month, but it gets to the point where it's hard to, contain it.
Why bother? Why bother covering it up? Just spread some fear amongst the neighbors. Go out at night.
I mean...
Have a little parade. See how many mobs you can summon with your torches and your pitchforks.
Are you trying to imply that a werewolf should go out naked in their like strong werewolf form and just like stand in their neighbor's yard. That might cause some romantic disputes if handled improperly.
You're so right. The werewolf, I'm sure, would be so buff and charming that everyone who looks
Yeah,
at
I
them will
mean
just be
that's
like, damn, time to throw
yeah. I mean
myself at this werewolf.
it's kind of like werewolves are similarly cursed to vampires to be glammed and glitzed up.
No, but instead, werewolves are cursed to be unbearably sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
We both say so at the same time. I see how it is. I see how it is. You come to my
I'm here,
house and
August.
you don't even let me say so first. I am August.
Mm, mm. I have a question. Um, is, are you just is your jacket like hanging open? Is that what that is, or is that like a tie on your skin?
That is an open jacket, obviously, and a little bit of a fur plume.
Okay, okay. You know what? I
Oh,
respect that. I respect
okay,
that.
okay, Mr. Dressed Like a Marching Band Director.
Mm.
Right, so I guess
Clearly, you don't know much about marching bands. I August. I would love to have come here just to introduce myself and make some pleasant small talk.
uh-huh.
I do have something I'd like to address right off the bat. If
I
you don't
also
mind.
have things to address. This is crazy. We're already getting along so
We're
well.
really getting somewhere. Um, and this is a bit awkward. I'm sorry to start this way, but I hear you've been spreading some lies about me.
Zero lies. The only things that I have told were things that have been communicated to me. Thing number one, you hate me. Thing number two,
Oh, that's the thing actually. I don't hate you. I don't know what gave you that impression, but I really don't hate you. It's upsetting to hear so many people go on and on about you thinking that you hate me. You Oh, I said that improperly. Well, I guess I'll just have to fucking
you take
um
strong issues to my moral stances. You
yeah, sure.
don't agree to the same societal standards that I do. Same thing, same difference. It's much easier to say
Yeah,
hate.
sure. I mean, I don't want us to get off on the wrong foot is all. So,
Alright,
please
you know what?
understand.
Listen, we've already gotten off a little bit on the wrong foot, and that started when you presumably, reprogrammed my friend's brain? You are the evil hacker man. Obviously. I saw you.
I'm afraid I don't have any sort of like real programming capabilities. I'm a funeral director after all.
Fine, you microchipped my friend or something.
I don't think anybody in this world has access to microchips.
You, through your own actions, have. Ah, Jesus!
Did you fall?
I have. Continue.
Are you all right? Did you hurt your ankles?
Oh no, my ankles are well used to it at this point. Hang on. Just scooch around that bomb. Alright, so what did you do to them then? You must have done
Well,
something.
I mean, I spoke with them. I suppose I might have given them some faulty requests. I didn't expect them to be so literal at the time. But, I mean, there's a... I feel like we're getting off topic here, August.
I mean, no. This is a great topic. You know me. Well, you don't know me. You've never spoken to me before, and yet have still, deemed it necessary to judge me.
Well, that's what I'm trying to explain.
Oh, it's you're trying to avoid. Out of the goodness of your heart, you're here to settle under any misunderstandings you may have. Well, in order for you to endear yourself to me, you're gonna have to answer the questions I asked. It's not just a one-way thing. It's a two-way street. If I'm honest to you, you gotta be honest to me.
I see. I mean, honesty is a very important thing. You know, it's important to not lie to each other.
So what did
Is
you
that
do?
true?
So what did you do to
So what did
stars?
I told you. I gave them some faulty instructions. They weren't intended to be that way, but in the beginning I asked them to be a little quiet about, my location because I was a bit nervous at the time, and I said, oh, something along the lines of, oh, when we're not talking, I might as well not even exist in your mind, and they took that a little bit more literally.
Okay, so you were talking with stars, your handy dandy friend that programmed not to remember you, and so you see me coming over the hill, and you decide that it's not time to introduce myself to a new person who's already been friendly with one of my acquaintances. Instead, I'm going to throw myself into an abyss rather than speak, which
I'm sorry.
Hey, it's a sexy abyss, but.
August, I have to say, I'm not sure you should be one to be speaking about people jumping into abysses.
Exactly, that's why I said it's a sexy abyss. But it's also a rude way of avoiding someone.
I am so sorry that I insulted you with my quick exit. I am afraid I have a little bit of social anxiety. Here's the thing, though.
Any day now.
August.
Sleep.
I've been honest with you. I need you to understand that I don't hate you. Can you listen to me that much?
Okay, Sir Looms-a-lot. I understand there is nuance. However, sometimes when talking to other people, it's best to. You don't have time to go in the 5-minute thing of this man has absorbed me and my actions and has come to the conclusion that I should continue jumping off cliffs and maybe this time stay off the cliffs. It's much easier to be like, oh, he doesn't like me. My bad.
Well, I appreciate your apology. I really do think we've gotten off to the wrong foot here.
You've said that
I'd
3
really
times.
You keep interrupting me and not letting me finish my thought. That's why I keep having to repeat myself.
Well, remember, two-way street. I get to contribute too. You can't just steer the entire direction of the conversation. Stars was very upset about what you did to them.
I don't think we're really getting anywhere here.
They were scared. They thought they were glitching. They thought their programming was going wrong. Which, it could have been. And you were cruel enough to leave them like that for how long?
I think that we should consider this a little bit more. Here's the thing, August. I don't think you fully understand the sort of grandness of what's going on here.
I'm sorry.
Could you look over there?
The grandiosity, the art of grandness.
It's look. Let me illustrate something to you.
Wow, nice view. There's a whole bunch of I live here. King, I am on the ground. Cringe!
You landed in the pricker bushes.
I did. Ow. Mother. This kind of. I'm sorry, what was this about grandiosity? What's this about being smooth and in control and always knowing what's going on?
I've fallen into the water.
Oh, and you've fallen into a hole. Well, you going to join me on my perch, or is it my time to loom? Are we handing it off? Is it like a baton? If I jump over here, are you gonna shoot me to death?
I will have to.
At least you're honest.
If you look over there, you will be able to, just.
Yeah.
August. No, be careful. Here's the thing. Stars and I have a relationship.
Oh, you're in love with
Started a bit.
stars? I have to say, making them forget about you is a bit weird way to do it. Like, there's a lot
Can
of
I
it that says
please
about
finish a thought?
consent and. Sorry, continue.
Yes, thank you very much. You know, you're speaking. You spoke to me of not taking control of the conversation. I've barely been able to speak this entire time. It's a bit rude. I'm starting to get a little upset here.
Oh, are you not used to
Stars and
it?
I have had that person is me. Stars and I have a bit of a complicated relationship, and we've both had of our failings.
We've both
And
had our
we've both had.
failings. What has please
We've
pray
both,
tell me what has stars done to you? What horrible atrocities have they committed to you under your name?
well, they murdered several people when I didn't intend them to, which was a rough PR situation. I think you fell victim to that little bit of faulty programming. The problem
Start
here
wait, wait,
is
wait.
that.
Hang on, back up.
Listen.
That was on your orders.
Oh yes, I told them to. Here's the thing about that village over there. They required a bit of privacy, so I asked them to, set up this security.
Uh-huh.
And they took the by force method a little too cleanly. Look, what I'm trying to get at here, the point I'm trying to get at here with you, keep
It's so
interrupting me.
not only have you made stars forget things.
August.
Sleep.
August.
Hang on, no, I'm not done yet. Not only
I'm
have
not done either. You are.
You are fun.
Inconsiderate of me. You're being so inconsiderate. I'm just trying to explain a simple thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness.
You won't even let me get to the end of my sentence.
Didn't know you were Lux's
I
father.
really don't think we're going to be able to get anywhere at this rate. August, listen. Stars and I had some things to work out, but we're working together now.
Oh, like turning them into your murder dog? That's not something to work out. That's not Star's fault. You told them to forget about you. And then you went and told them to go and defend the area. Or whatever on your order. So they didn't even know why they were killing people.
I mean... August.
Sleep! Please explain to this. Tell me. What is the moral justification for this? What's the grandiosity? What's your plan of grandiosity?
There is no moral justification here. I had people killed. I don't regret it at all. Don't think that this is a situation where we are going to be standing on pillars of moral justification.
Well, that's good, because I also have no morals.
I did a very bad thing.
And you don't care.
No, I mean, they shouldn't have gone past the wall. It very clearly demonstrated that they shouldn't go past the wall, and they didn't listen.
Have you considered that maybe saying, hey, giving a whole story to explain why you shouldn't go over here would be much less tantalizing?
I have now given the whole story.
Yeah, but not at first. You plastered this area with signs that said do not cross, and you were surprised when people were curious?
Yeah, I was surprised when people continued to go past, when they violated Stars clearly. If we're going to be talking about clearly violating Stars' boundaries, Stars created a literal physical boundary, and you said, oh, time for me to climb on over that. Yeah.
Listen, it's the firstly, that wasn't their boundary. That was your boundary. You just said you gave it to them. We implemented that in their head. In their head. You might not be a hacker, but you functioned as one.
Oh shit! Them head.
Them head.
August. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if you can be pointing fingers at me for asking Stars to do things for me when they clearly want to, and not understanding
When
the
they clearly want
depth
to.
of
Okay,
their
how did they convey to
amnesia.
you? Did they tell you that this was a good idea? Did they say, me and my own robotic organic heart, I fully support you in this plan you're having? Or was it more of, I
I
am
mean,
here for orders. I will do whatever you ask me of?
I mean that's pretty much what they said. So yeah, that's the logic. They asked, "Hey, I'm gonna help you out," and I said, "Okay, can you help me out with this?" And they said yes. They chose to do this. I may have asked them to build this wall and kill anybody who passes it.
So you did
They
tell
were
them. You
more
did
than
ask them to kill
eager.
people.
I mean, yeah, I told them to keep people out of the wall. I'm sorry, are you trying to get somewhere with this? Are you trying to prove that I am an evil person? August, moral grounds
Oh, no, 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 no.
don't
I'm
have
not
any
here on a
weight
moral
here.
ground. I'm just making sure you know what you've been doing. I have
Oh, August, please, please, August. I know exactly what I'm doing. I have a full understanding of everything I've done here.
like, Stars is a
But,
fully sentient creature, and you used their will against them.
I mean, listen, can I ask you just a quick favor,
Yes.
real fast? Could you inspect that Enderman down there?
No, but I can look dramatically
He's
up at
already
this.
mad. He can't get out of his boat. Just have a look.
Fine. Hello.
August. I'm not sure. Look, if we're going to make such a big fuss out of me using Star's programming for my own ends, I'm not sure you're the one who can be delivering that verdict because, well, you asked them to do something that you now know is very dangerous. You've asked them to. I mean, something happened to you with that rose when you jumped. And knowing that, regardless, you sent them down into that void, clutching it. It's a bit selfish, if you ask me.
Oh, absolutely. I
I
was
won't
here and I
lie.
was trying. I was trying to learn information for myself. That is fully why
Mm,
I did that. But you know what? I never got that information. Do you want to know why I never got that information? Because stars use their own will to tell me that they didn't want to share. And then I have not pressed the issue because I respect them and their autonomy. The thing that matters is the
mm.
choice, Sleep.
Speaking of choices, if we're going to be really pulling out all the things here,
Ooh, I can't wait.
I have another question for you.
Where's it going first? Yeah?
Not sure if you've picked up on my little trick, but I can't do this if you're looking at me.
That was it? That was like 2 seconds. You don't have any other. Fine.
August,
Sleep.
do monsters deserve to exist?
Monsters deserve to embrace being monsters.
You're not wrong. But, you know, since it's all a matter of making your own choices, since it's a matter of being able to do things at your own pace, and having a respect for the agency of others.
Oh, I never said it was about doing things your own pace. The thing that matters is only that the choice is there, not that the options are good.
So, the choices you provided was all worth it then to you.
If you don't like the choices offered, you can try to make a new one for yourself.
Mm. You didn't like the choices offered of, oh, Moth doesn't want to jump, so you created a new choice of blackmail them with fear.
I mean, that didn't even work.
It didn't even work. Listen, August.
I didn't push
I
them
think I'm
in.
starting to get a better. Oh, I didn't push them. I
Listen.
didn't push them, they say. Oh, no, no.
Oh
I
no no
think
no!
I've heard enough
I
about
just
this.
gently encourage them.
Oh, gently, gently.
Ah, no, I tried to get get them to jump off themselves. That's so much more fun.
Hmm? I am. I guess.
Sleep.
Off decided to jump in the end. You found out you wanted to. And honestly, if you continue on with these little experiments, it's not any business of mine. You're not gonna find anything of real value down there. But if this is the path you've decided to choose, who am I to tell you how to live? It's
You know,
just
I disagree about the value. You know, we've already managed to undo a little bit of the void's effect.
really.
Yeah, that's
How
all you're
so?
getting about that one.
I'd love to hear about your findings actually.
Oh no no no! You said they're not important. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't, but this is very important to you. And after all, we're trying to understand each other, aren't we?
I mean, you've been the one asking the questions for the last bit, so
Oh, would you like to ask some questions of me?
yes. Who do you think you are to take Moth's
My name is Deep Sleep. I'm a funeral director.
Oh, fair enough.
Is that all you needed? Is that a sufficient answer? I really thought you were going to be more insistent.
No, I walked into that one and I'm letting you have this. Continue!
Fair enough. Let's hear it. No, I'm ready.
You know, Moth wants to do a timeshare.
You know, I think that's dangerous and could get them killed.
See, that doesn't matter what you think, though. It's the path that they've decided to pursue, and it's the path that you said that you wouldn't let them pursue. You told them that
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Before they let them die, you would rip Anathema into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah, that is exactly what I did, and it's exactly what I intend to do. Is that a problem?
Yes, that's absolutely a problem. Why do you've just assigned yourself the authority on how Moth gets to live their own life? It wasn't even a suggestion.
I mean,
it was a certainty. And
it was an ultimatum. An ultimatum, actually. Here's the thing about having a friend and, actually caring about them, is that when they decide to be self-destructive, you take measures against that. So if they decide to spend their time here, if they decide to spend their time risking it all for somebody who clearly does not care for their best interests, and I mean, for good reason, this person is definitely not pleased about having their body stolen. I mean, cringe, don't get your body stolen. Maybe you can complain.
Yeah, maybe it's their fault for having their body snatched.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
You know, that's the first angle I tried for too. I was like, ooh, it's not doing this dead kid any good for you to mourn them. And so I moved forward. Because
that's the funny thing, August. That's the funny thing, August. You weren't wrong about that. It's just that your methods are so ick. Come on, you can do better.
My methods are ick.
Yeah, you called up a curse breaker. I'm sorry. Did you have no other options? They're a curse breaker.
Speaking of curse breakers, you've been quite mean to our resident one.
Yeah, I mean, they're a dipshit. Do you expect a more, sophisticated answer? They allowed themselves to be manipulated by you, an extremely suspicious person, to cause a massive amount of fear in Moth's heart. And then, when I say, hey, maybe don't do that, they're like, I don't think this is my fault. They're completely clueless.
To be fair, it wasn't their fault.
I suppose it wasn't.
Let's be honest here. This is a me problem. Dragging someone else into it honestly just makes yourself look petty and Maybe you're holding past grudges on curse breakers or something?
I mean, they're all fucking worthless. That's just a fact. But, listen, August, I think... You know, I know that we're trying to tear each other mentally to pieces here, and
Are
I
we?
really appreciate your efforts.
I'm having fun.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's not a clean fun like I tend to enjoy, but we are, just. I appreciate your honesty. I feel like we're airing a lot of things that don't typically get aired. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, come on, August. Listen. This is the last time you've actually spoken with this to anybody. With complete and frank honesty of what we are.
I've spoken to Moth.
Please. Moth is nice. They're a good person.
Moth is nice. Oh, you said, what was the last time I got down and dirty with a real and utter bastard?
Yeah. Someone like you.
Years.
Then... Allow me to revisit a point that you really didn't let me explain.
Right, sorry, continue.
August.
I was in the middle of my Gwaine bullying, but continue.
Oh, no, it's a bit further back. Thing is, August, I don't hate you. I've never hated you. Not up until this point. I've considered you a problem. But I didn't think you were...
That is what I tried.
...important enough to hate. You just didn't matter enough.
This thing.
Now.
I'm small and insignificant against the vastness of the universe. Nothing I do matters. Spare me.
Excuse me, I'm not sure if somebody who spends their time staring into the infinite abyss can really say that without any shred of irony.
Did you not notice all of the sarcasm? I was oozing it practically.
You ooze a lot of things, don't you? If you'll excuse me for just a moment. Shit. Distance.
Having trouble back there?
Oh, 1 second.
Shy?
One second. Oh, it's just a minute. Oh, dearest me.
Oh, I can't do it when someone's watching me.
I mean, it's just the laws of the thing. Can't you understand a little bit of quantum mechanics? Thought you'd be able to appreciate it. Actually, oh. You're in the lava.
I am.
Is that nice?
I walked in there. Don't worry. You didn't miscalculate again.
It would be pretty funny if I teleported you directly into the lava, wouldn't it?
It would be kind of funny. I have to admit, I've been waiting this entire time for you to be like, oops, and then accidentally, like, have me, like, 200 feet in the air, only to have me awkwardly plummet to my death.
I can't do that. We all have our limits.
Alright, I mean, teleport me just a couple of blocks to the left and I'm in the void. Close enough.
I can't put you somewhere unsafe. I made a promise to go in, actually.
Yes.
I just don't think there's any reason for me to not come out with that.
I'm
not going to
no,
harm
they told
you,
me.
August, not physically. Oh, good. I'm glad that there's some worthwhile communication going on around here.
You know, that's one of the things. That's one of the things I'm legitimately a bit upset about. You took one of the most naive people on the server, and you said, "Yes, I'll make a deal with you in exchange for anything I want. I will." You left the terms of your deal open.
They bought it.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a good deal for me.
You didn't even ask for much in the end. Just something they would have done anyway.
Yeah. Well, something worthwhile, something valuable, something I needed. It was worth it to me.
As if you didn't already have it. Do you really think that little of them?
I mean, yes. I've repeatedly made that clear.
I think you're letting your own personal judgments cloud your perception.
Mm, I will admit they are a bit more interesting than the average curse breaker, but they're still, I mean, let's not pretend that they're anything more than.
They're one of like two people still pretending to have morals at this point.
Mm. And they're so like, uh, they're so idealistic.
No, like,
It
have you
makes them
heard
just
about that
not
society? Like,
pretty.
what the fuck?
Bruh. Yeah. What were we talking about? I think I was about to say something menacing, but then we just got distracted making fun of Gawain again.
No, sorry, go ahead.
In my defense, it's very easy to do.
Go back to being a menace. I make fun of everyone. Like, I can find a way. I can find a way. It doesn't matter how easy or hard it is.
I think we should all know our limits. I mean, I've exposed some of mine. Well, I think I've started to get a better understanding of how you work. And no more mind games. Just honesty for a second. Let me ask you something.
How about my natural
This
state
is
is
me.
bastard?
Yeah, well, let's just make an effort for a second.
Fine, okay. I get to ask you something too, though.
Of course. I was gonna say it would be your turn next. Just my main problem with you going in was that you mistreated Moth. Is that going to be a problem going forward that I need to worry about?
That depends on your definition, I guess, of harassing Moth. I don't intend to bring any harm to them, if that's what you're asking.
Did you intend to bring harm to them when you threatened them?
Still no.
Interesting.
To be fair,
Well, then that is a bit
no harm was done. Alright.
Well, they were very upset, which is the thing I was angry about. I just
Right, of
don't
course.
want
You know,
them
they
to
were
be
also
upset.
very upset when you said you were going to kill their body mate.
Yeah, well,
They kind of had a bit of a breakdown about that. So, I mean, we're 1-to-1 on the whole making Moth miserable thing.
I disagree, but I don't want to fight about it. So what you're saying is that you don't want to hurt them, but you don't consider what you did with Gawain hurting them. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't want to cause them permanent harm. And I will not. To be fair, I have proposed several other situations to Moth upon wherein I would be an absolute bastard to them, and they were just kind of like, that's so cute of you. We're still friends, though.
I don't know why they put up with you. They baffle me. I think they're a very lonely person. They need better standards.
I mean, if they got standards, would they be hanging out with you?
Oh, look at me. I'm incredibly handsome.
You know what? That is fair. You've got a certain je ne sais quoi. You and your marching.
If I have nothing else, it is flair.
You and your marching band attire. You've got style.
I mean, technically, it's an admiral's uniform, and I think I wear it pretty well.
Oh, Admiral. Were you ever part of the military, or did you just take it?
I was part of the military a while back in a different realm.
Ooh, when I was a young lad many years ago. I've been through so many lives.
It wasn't when I was young. It definitely wasn't when I was young. I had a much different fashion sense when I was young.
Did you have any emo phase? All I can imagine is like bones painted black. Maybe some eyeshadow.
Appropriation. Okay. So
are you going to yell at me about something?
Here's the thing. I'd like to come to a few agreements here today, and I'm willing to cough up some more information for your entertainment if that's what you want in exchange. But the first thing I want to make sure is, listen, I understand that you don't want to cause permanent harm to Moth, I also would like to ensure that you don't cause emotional turmoil to them in a way that is unnecessary,
You know,
like you have in the
sometimes.
past. Oh shit, it's that bastard.
Oh, yeah, cringe fail scientist. Thought I was going to kill them once.
Cringe fail scientist. I can't read that because I don't canonically have a fucking communicator.
Oh, hang on, let me, they would like me to say, Admiral these nuts.
That doesn't even work.
It does, maybe like admire?
Admiral isn't a verb.
Admiral, like admire?
I mean, it's a stretch.
I bet my nuts are better than their nuts.
Slime playing tennis.
Dude, there are Ravagers under there.
That's very advanced tennis.
I kind of want
You
to.
understand what I'm getting at here.
Okay, yes, I understand what you're getting at. I'm.
Gentler with them.
Listen, I've already tried the whole making them miserable till they hate me thing. It doesn't work. I'm not one to reuse the same trick.
Stubborn. Oh, here they come again.
Oh God.
Let's see what they've got for us this time. I can't read that in canon.
Do you want me to make a voice for it?
No, it's fine. Let's move on. Well, if it's not... I don't fully trust what you're saying, but it's good enough for now. And if other problems rise, then I'll deal with them in the moment.
What? I'd be bored of doing the same thing all the time. Is it enough of a guarantee?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a bit flimsy, to be honest. But I have other wars to wage. Let's get out of here. I'm starting to get tired of looking at this tacky place.
Oh, wait, no, actually. There's... I mean, you can't really see it. Over there. Was that yours?
You want to get closer?
Yeah.
What's mine? Okay, hold on a second. Just don't look at me as I'm doing this.
Right, yes, of course. Oh, what a beautiful night sky today. Everyone is, void set. Beautiful. Cringe.
I think I hit the side of one of the walkways. Don't want to land in it. I can see it. We don't need to get closer. That thing over there, the black and white thing.
No, under it. It's like a sign collapsed. No, not black. White and red.
It looks black and white to me, but whatever. Yeah, what about it?
Was that yours?
No.
I mean, I guess that's a little offensive, assuming that all funeral parlors were the same, like owned by the same dude.
Yeah, it's just a job. Different people do it.
Different people have different funeral parlors. That's good then.
Yeah. Why is it important somehow? Do you know what it's
no, it's just I had used it to work on one of my builds recently. I kind of scavenged the materials. And I figured if you were doing your tour of grievances and that was in some way connected to you, you would be at me about it at some time, so we might as well get it done now.
I mean, listen, if we're going to be going to war, we need to do it on things that are worthwhile. Speaking of which...
Ah, yes, right here!
This is your work?
It is!
Oh. I thought it was the other scientists.
It's the amethyst, right? It's supposed to look like a geode.
Yeah, I mean, their whole shtick is geodes. Such a pain.
It was also a tiny bit to make them jealous. Like, you haven't even built any real builds on the server. You have this aesthetic that you're not even using. Look at me, I've stolen your aesthetic and I've done it better. Hey!
What? I'm going to take apart your build. Maybe the prettiest thing on the server.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, commendations to be given where they are deserved. This looks pretty great. The community... Listen, adding to the community is very important in my opinion, and this looks pretty public. It's not in your house. It's a community enchanting table. It looks gorgeous. You deserve to be commended for that.
Ding, ding, ding. And it sounds nice.
Yes, it does. That said, I believe it was I have now aired my grievances about how you've treated Moth, and I think I've extracted just enough guarantee that you're not going to do that again. So you said it would be your turn next?
Right. Okay. So I feel like only been a couple of times so far that you've outright lied to me this conversation. So I'm gonna ask again, what is your connection to that funeral home? Because I know there's something.
Black and white one down in the Shattered City?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I knew the person who ran it once.
Okay. Who were they? What were they like?
They were fine. I mean, they were just another funeral director. They were in one of many, many realms I've visited. I mean, when you looked around there, I mean, there's detritus from all sorts of people's histories. It's weird that got pulled in. Maybe they're somewhere around here, and it's for them. That'd be weird. It would be unpleasant. I don't want competition. I'm the only fucking funeral director in this entire goddamn world. I don't want I don't want to be in your situation where you rolled up and you're like, hey, it's me, a crazy scientist.
And then there were just they're like 5 of us running around causing chaos.
God, it's exhausting. Fucking Inquisitors. Might need some more torches around here.
Yeah.
That's my only...
You're right.
Maybe get some moss and use some, like, hidden, like, light
Ooh,
sources.
no, yeah, that looks good.
Really
I've never really had the patience to do that, though.
I mean, you could... Honestly, is this a public thing? Because if so, I wouldn't be...
I mean, like, anyone... There's literally nothing I gain from keeping an enchanting table to myself.
Fair enough. Then, with your permission, I'm going to go in and put some hidden lighting there. You know, improve the community.
Go for it.
Okay.
Mr. Community Man. You gave Moth their title, right?
Yes, I did. Deserve it.
They do.
You know, I got a bit of heat from I think it was Gawain for that, and like, sure, I'm not a lord or whatever. I don't have any actual authority to give out titles.
Oh, all titles are meaningless anyway.
Yeah, listen. It made Moth happy, and it's something they deserve, so of course they should have that title. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Alright, question number 2. Follow-up.
Fair enough. I feel like that was kind of a freebie. Go ahead.
Yes, it was a freebie, because you awkwardly pirouetted around it the entire time. Who has your communicator, and why do they hate you?
Last time I saw my communicator was the first day I got here. Fell into the void. Apparently someone down there has it.
Okay. You're no fun. Zero information. Vague general details.
I feel like that's quite literal honesty. I don't know who has it. I didn't realize anybody got it. I thought it just fell into the void and stopped existing.
And stuff is a sick. No, yeah.
Does somebody have my phone?
Someone's got your stone. There's a dude with a.
God damn it.
He's got a
very
vaguely
annoying.
off-putting like southern accent. I tried messaging him, and I was like, I thought he was you, and I was like, hey, we need to have conversations. And he was basically like, I'm not that loser. Why could I ever? I can't believe you'd ever compare me to that like piece of shit. Blah blah blah. Waste of space, etc. etc. You know.
I'm sorry. Did you say something about typing like they have a southern accent?
Yes. Like, how obnoxious?
Okay.
How obnoxious do you have to be to do that?
Yeah.
Like,
You're not wrong.
I
Alright.
have to communicate that I'm Southern, but I can't talk to you. So I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna make sure to y'all my y'alls and lengthen out my vowels and spell nothing correctly.
Well, I guess, I mean, a lot of my problems just disappeared, if that's the case. Is there anything else you needed? I have one last thing I'd like to cover.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, one moment, please.
Oh, right, shit.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're looking at me.
Right, of course you're shy.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you haven't pieced together the theory behind this yet. Apparently, you're not as much of a scientist as you claim.
I've got like 7 or 8 different theories.
I'd be excited to hear them. Honestly.
About why we're here?
No, about how my powers work. I'm very narcissistic. Anyways. August. If I have any real complaint, it's this. You know
I mean,
how the
that's not
girls
really
work.
a functioning telescope, but I wouldn't say it's the worst thing that the server's produced.
No. Look who's pirouetting now. August, you know how the bells work, right?
I don't, actually. Just
Oh, you don't?
vague details. Memory links.
What?
Painful.
Painful. You have an understanding of... Oh, shit, looks like somebody fell over, haha.
Well, at least I
teleporting
didn't
you back
die.
up.
At least I wasn't a cringe and die like you. At least death doesn't follow me like a sad specter of pain and misery.
Is the person who plunges into the abyss daily calling me cringe for plunging into the abyss?
Well, yes, but only because you weren't intending to.
August.
Choice is an intent, you know.
You have an understanding of what triggers this.
Maybe they were from a beach.
It's the nautical nature.
It's, you know, not just the nautical. The void too, apparently, makes it bad.
Listen, that's not a surprise. The void is tied up in all this bullshit, but you now know that your friend feels both physical and mental agony when faced with nautical related things.
Okay, no.
And
It's just the lighthouse. It's not that they haven't said anything about the boat.
it's just the lighthouse that you constructed right next to them. In clear view of, like, I mean, we walked up the front yard.
Yes, we're neighbors.
It was the first thing, yeah.
First major build of the server. You're welcome. Really makes the community look pretty, doesn't it?
There's more important things than, you know, gentrifying the wasteland. The point is, you know what this thing is doing to them, right?
I asked what I should do. I offered to do something about it right when I found out.
I mean, it's a bit of a false offer if the only thing that you offer to do is destroy your own home. I mean, if you're going to be calling me out for making ultimatums, that's a hell of a one. You know Oz isn't going to tell you to destroy their house. How
Yeah,
would you
well,
even offer that option?
because it was an option I was willing to take. You know, maybe if Oz had their own best interests at heart, maybe if Oz was really concerned about what I was doing, they'd say yes and then let me live with them.
So it's either I destroy my house or I invade your personal space.
They didn't have to
These
offer
are the
that.
options.
I could have just slept on the ground in the hole in the village.
Would you listen? I understand you live in there. You have your stuff and your pets and all of your items. Could you? Isn't remodeling an option? Couldn't you say, "Oh, I'll change the colors so it doesn't hurt you," instead of saying, "Oh, if you have a problem with this, make me sleep on the ground, make me homeless."
Oh, okay, hang on. It's not the coloring. It's the idea. It's the shape and the idea it conveys. To get rid of this effect, you'd have to take it all down.
Put a fan on it. Turn it into a windmill. There's an effort that can be made outside of your all or nothing death threats.
You think that
You
would
could
work?
change this to stop hurting them. You don't. Putting everything else aside, all the bad things that we've been pouring out on each other. Listen, I don't really mind if you're throwing yourself and others into the abyss. This is just cruel to somebody who thinks that you're their friend. It's impolite.
I don't think they consider me a friend anymore.
I think they do.
You know, it's Oz. They haven't spoken to me in weeks. They avoid me. They
I don't think it's
you know,
fair to
people
cast
sometimes
blame.
people are afraid of me when I come up to them, and most of the time that's justified. But like, it feels a little different when it's the first friend you made on the server, you know. And they're never going to tell me this. They're not going to show up and be like, "Hey, August, leave me alone. Hey, August, go change your godforsaken tower." Because they do not do conflict. And they will just squirrel themselves away and never speak to me again. And in their minds, the matter will be dealt with and done with. Because that's as close as not as a dismissal Oz can give you.
Huh. That's the first time you've really been wrong this entire time. August. I don't need to prove you wrong. They will. Just keep in mind that it's not exactly fair to say, "Oh, Oz hasn't spoken to me in weeks." It's they're not going to confront me about anything when you've surrounded yourself in things that hurt them. You can't blame them for that.
Or maybe if they had a little bit of guts to tell me that they wanted it changed, I would listen to them. Maybe the last time I acted on an assumption about what they wanted. It went incredibly poorly, and I ended up with a research team that didn't involve the person who I was collecting the research for.
Hmm. Maybe.
Maybe I've learned not to take initiative when it comes to Oz.
You know what? I think this problem will solve itself. So.
This problem's already solved.
Well, then, if that's the case. One moment, please.
Wow, awfully big sky yeah. Big sun today, it sure is square. Damn, I live on blocks.
August.
Oh, this is
We're
new.
all in this together, August.
Hi, I like the terracotta. Can I?
You're brought here together. But don't wander off, it's a bit dangerous.
Just wanted to see the whole build for the effect, you know.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Checking
I
my
just think
chords.
you need to consider, if you're considering only worst case scenarios and you're only considering ultimatums, I don't think you're going to be able to really get anything productive. I mean, if you just look at things that are bad and you see nothing more than, the worst possible outcome, we're not going to get anywhere. And if we just do that, then if you could.
Are you really telling me to be less pessimistic?
I might.
You come up here to what? Try to like gleam into the inside of my mind and
All I'm saying is that things are rough. We can make the best out of them. We can think out future here. And if you're going to be burning bridges and hurting people just to get what you want, I don't think you're going to be able to hold things together in the long term. That's my main concern.
right, of course. So naturally, if that happens, you'll be forced to take drastic actions, or just watch as I self-destruct.
Mm. Listen, I'm not going to say that I like you, because frankly I don't. I think you've treated a bunch of my friends rather poorly, and I don't exactly forgive you for it. But I don't think that you should burn out all by yourself.
Company.
Are those Lux's dogs?
Yeah, these are Lex's dogs. I gave
I just
them to.
think you should think about future more. Kind future. Perhaps it's too difficult considering how things used to be. But if we can come to some sort of agreement, then honestly, I think that two of us might even be able to work together. What do you think?
I think that. Oh. Think that you're
This
not
is where
letting
I'll
me.
be dropping you off for the night.
I think you're not letting me walk around. Damn. I see. Just to really drive in that one home, huh? Well, I gotta respect it.
Mm. You were saying?
I think that there is no such thing as a nice future. There could be a nice present, a nice moment. It could be nice for a while. But it will come crumbling down, and if you are not prepared to accept that, then that's how you get hurt.
Again, you're not wrong. But I think you're missing the forest for the trees.
What's your
I think
plan
we're
then?
done here.
Oh, okay.
You'll find out eventually.
Right, of course.
But
Ominous sleep. Ooh, I never throw all my cards too early.
we're just starting to get to know each other, August.
But I try to speed run these things.
Listen, here's what's going to happen next. You are going to walk home, and things will start to happen. And maybe you'll be right. Maybe I'll be right.
King, this is so vague. I was gonna be like, you can't tell me what to do, but like things are going to happen. Like, yeah, no shit.
I'm trying to be agreeable. The thing is, August, no more theatrics. You're wrong about Oz. I think that if you aren't very careful, you're going to learn that the painful way. So,
Well, do love me a bit of pain. You know, it's how you know you're alive.
there are many ways to know you're alive. Here's the thing, August. Gonna wait to see how that plays out. And once that's done, come find me. We'll make a deal. How about that?
You know, I thought you were going to offer a deal now. You seem not to be the type to talk with someone without well, at least not someone you don't like, without a motive, a clear-cut way you want the conversation to go, the cards to play. You tend to approach people with goals. I mean, I guess learning about me is a bit of a goal, but it seems softer than your usual.
No, you're just starting to get to know me.
Touche. You know, I could still make that not work. You're gonna go walk home. Well, I'm not gonna walk home immediately. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at the cute animals. I'm looking at the cute animals in the park. I mean, I guess I'm still walking home eventually. That adds to the sense of everything. Ugh. See, that's the problem when you give such vague orders. There's no way to not follow them. I haven't been here for a while. It's really nice. Hello there. Oz has been busy, huh? That's good. Glad they have an enriching personal life. Now that I'm not in it. This guy's so dumb. To be fair, he was dumb when we captured him, too. King, you shouldn't be here. You should be dead. Lots of things should be dead. Well, alright. I suppose that's it then. That's tonight. Mysterious hacker man, kind of a... Ugh. I mean, he could be fun. Started off so dreadfully annoying, though. I've always thought the worst people are the ones that hide behind, like, masks of politeness and, like, social order. Chivalry. It's like, oh, I'm not going to get mad at you, August, because I know that you're seeking a reaction from me, and doing so would just prove you right. He only got interested once he got invested. Only got interesting once he got invested. And oh, looky, I did walk home after all. Well, there are some things you just cannot win. Well, goodbye then. Hopefully, we'll get to fight with him again soon.